What's up, guys? Back again for some more One Piece action. Today we got my live reaction to chapter 1079 entitled The Emperor Red-Haired Pirates. Alright, so just from the title alone, I hope that means we're seeing Shanks. Are we going to see some Shanks versus Kid? Oh, there's just so much hype that could be happening right now. So much going on in the One Piece world. We found out that York is the traitor of Egghead last chapter. Are we going to get more on that? Are we going to see the Navy arrive? I don't know. Let's jump right in and see what's going on. So on the cover page, what do we got? So looks like Luffy watering a lion, a sunflower. It says cover art request, front piece request. Luffy watering a lion, mistaking it for a sunflower. All right, so that's kind of what I thought. Kind of reminds me of like the Thousand Sunny, but let's see where we're jumping right in the beginning of the chapter. Okay, so we're going, looks like we're jumping right where the end of the chapter left off, or kind of with that stuff with York. So it says a few hours ago. What is York up to? Trouble is, the world government isn't just after Stella. They want to erase me too. Alright, so this is York kind of, I guess, going over in her head, her plan, with everything that's going on right now. She ratted out the main Vegapunk, and as a result, now all the Vegapunks have been, sentenced to execution. So she's like, okay, how am I going to get around this little hiccup right here? And then what do we got? It says, in that case, I've got a plan as well. For now, I need you guys to deal with anyone who gets in the way. Now that the Frontier Dome is closed, kill everyone except me, Stella, and the hostages in the basement. Alright, so this is, we're seeing when she actually gave the order to the Seraphims when they got up there. And, is telling them to kill everyone except for her. The main Dr. Vegapunk's body, the Stella body. And then I guess all the Cipher Pol agents she has down in the basement. I'm guessing she's going to try to use them as like a bargaining chip. As well as the main Dr. Vegapunk. Like, I'll give you Vegapunk and all your missing agents if you let me live and you make me a celestial dragon. I'm guessing that's what the plan is. And then, okay, so we see all the Seraphim. They're like, understood. Okay, what do we got next? Okay, and she's like, York's like, and when you guys run amok, everyone will start looking for the culprit, wondering, who gave the order? Who gave the order? I'm not strong enough. So if they find out, I won't stand a chance against the other members. Alright, so York is kind of shoring up her weaknesses right now by having the Seraphim kind of create chaos in order to keep the focus off of finding her. And, especially since if, like she just admitted, if she gets found out, she's not as strong physically in a fight as some of the other people that are around. Cipher Pol, the Straw Hats, maybe even some of the other, Vegapunk satellites. And then what do we got? Okay, so she's like really breaking it down. It looks like it's like, Snake, pretend you got me right in front of them. Okay. And undo the petrification when no one is around. Okay, so that's how we got around that. Initially when we saw this, the Snake Seraphim kind of coming up, York went down to kind of go and say hello and pat her on the head, and then she got turned to stone, which is all in order to throw suspicion off of herself. And then she already had given the order to undo her when everyone, wasn't looking. He's like, oh, and inside the laboratory, I'll tell you the places you must not destroy. Alright, so she really, she's a Vegapunk, so making a plan like this definitely is within her wheelhouse. But just seeing it kind of unfolding, how it's like explaining everything, you gotta give York some credit right now. And then, okay, so it looks like we got the Snake Seraphim kind of flying off. Alright, now start the hunt. And then what do we got? Okay, so now it looks like we're kind of going back into more recent times. We're seeing all the damage that they've caused. You see the dome blown off, all the smoke billowing out of it. And it's like, hurry up, everyone, get on the ship. Alright, so, okay, so we're going back to Sentomaru, evacuating everyone from the island, all the regular people and everything like that. So they're trying to get out of there before the Navy gets there with their, cracked out buster call that they're coming with their 100 battleships, and they got the Admiral, and they got a Gorosei member, Saint J. Garcia and Kizaru. And then, okay, so we're seeing, what is that? The PX3s, the pacifistas, they're over there kind of guarding everything. And we've seen all the people flooding onto the ship right now. Everyone's trying to get onto this. It looks like almost like one big ship. There might be multiple ships. But oh, no! Okay, we got Blackbeard just from that intro, and you can see the front of the ship. I'm like, oh damn, this is Blackbeard showing up right here. And then we see the Jolly Roger. He's got the 3 skulls right there. Oh, and then it says, okay, now we're going over to Warland, Elbaf, New World. Damn, does that mean Law was defeated if we're seeing Blackbeard showing up at Egghead right now? Is he gonna bust out the room? Like, oh snap, that's gonna be crazy. Okay, but now we're going back over to Elbaf and we're gonna see what's up with Kid. Is he gonna challenge Shanks to an outright fight? Is he even gonna get to see Shanks? And then it says, listen, Kid Pirates, if you're here for our chief, red-haired Shanks, you'd have to go through us first. We won't even let you catch a glimpse of him. Go for it, Captain. It says, Puddle Pirates Captain, Ballfingers, Geratoni. Okay, so these are all his, subordinate captains that are loyal to him. And then we see this old dude. He's kind of laughing. Looks like his teeth are falling out right here. He's like, Pops, your dentures fell out. Yep, so his teeth fell out. And then it says Social Club Captain, Dentures, Fugar. Okay, and then who do we got? Yes, you fools, I hate you. You're so brave, Princess. Princess of the bourgeois pirates. Shivering Pururu. Okay, I think that's how you say. And then what do we got? So we see all of these, ships from all these captains loyal to the red hair pirates and to Shanks specifically. And they're all lined up in front of the Kid pirates right now. And then we see Kid. He's like, hey, is this a joke? Are they really the fleets of the red hair? And then he's like, we're still in the New World, right? And then what is, so we see Killer. He's like, but there are some famous faces in there. So don't put your guard down. Fodder or not, I won't hold back. All right, so Kid's ready to just rip all these guys apart. He's like, he just took out a Yonko, and these guys, are kind of thinking, oh, we're gonna stand in your way. I feel like Kid does have the capability to at least shred through these guys. Now, when it gets to the actual red hair pirates, might not be so easy, but all these subordinate guys, I gotta think that Kid and Killer could rip through them pretty easily. Or I wouldn't say easily, but they could rip through them. And then what do we got? It says, hey, have all your ships cleared out of the way. What are you saying, Chief? Oh, damn. Is Shanks about to step up to him himself? I can't let him lay a finger on you lot. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. All ships, fall back. Oh, damn. What are we about to get? And then we see, okay, they're like, oh, you're leaving already, Chief? I finally got to meet you. He's like, oh, it was just a short stop here. I stayed for a little too long, and look, this hotshot ran into me. Now make your way and get your ships out of the way. Alright, so Shanks is like, damn, this is only supposed to be a little stop in, but, look, I stayed a little bit too long, and already I got this hotshot rookie showing up, trying to come for my head. And, it's going to be this whole big thing, so let's get going. Get your ships out the way, let's go. Alright, and then what do we got? It says, why are our fleets famous for being weak? And then we see everyone's kind of laughing. So I guess there's kind of this assumption that these guys are weak, which I guess I kind of just fell prey to. But let's see. Thanks to you, we have survived and are protected by your flag. Yeah, you better watch out for your health rather than enemies, you old hag. Haha, shut up, you chief bastard. Alright, so we see Shanks kind of being a smart ass. And then, okay, we're up on the ship now. We're up on the Red Fars. And it says, we got Lucky Roo. He's like, it's alright, boss. We'll take care of it. Hey, that's a 3 billion berry bounty we're talking about. Don't underestimate the growth rate of the youngsters. Alright, so Shanks, showing a little bit of respect to Kid. He's like, hey, he didn't get that 3 billion berry bounty for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, especially since he knows that he fought alongside Luffy, in Onigashima, and he's kind of in the same, like, classes. Or I wouldn't say, like, class as in all the supernovas and everything. We've seen a lot of growth from them, so Shanks can at least respect that and see that. So that's pretty cool to see that acknowledgement. And then what he says, so Shanks like, well, what have their wounds from Wano country already healed? Oh, so he's like, but have their wounds healed already? And then we see Yasop, he's like, he looks fine to me. He's itching for a fight. If that's the case, it's fine. Alright, so a little bit of honor amongst pirates right there. Shanks is like, at first he's like, wait, have they, kind of healed up from that big battle they had in Wano? I'm guessing Shanks, wouldn't really feel right kind of attacking Kid them if they're still all kind of beat up from fighting Big Mom and Kaido. That's... He's an emperor himself. He doesn't need to go in and lick the scraps and try to, take him out that way. Like, if he's going to challenge him, it's going to be head on, like, 100%, let's go. So, gotta love that about Shanks. And just the fact that we're getting some more Shanks. We're seeing the crew right now. And then, Oh, damn. He's like, any updates on Blackbeard? Nah, he's definitely left Pirate Island, though. Yeah, and he's on his way to Egghead to Luffy right now. And then he's like, I thought he'd show his face in Wano, though. Here's the intel on Captain Kidd. Oh, so their network somehow missed where Blackbeard went. They realized that he's left the island, but they don't know where he went. And that just raises up a whole bunch of questions. Like, again, did he defeat Law? Did Moria join his crew? Like, did he obtain Law's devil fruit power? Did he give it to someone else? Is he keeping Law alive to use the immortality surgery on himself or something like that? Oh, man, there's just a lot going on. And then we see Shanks. He starts reading. So he's from South Blue. Looks like he's quite the troublemaker. And then we go back over to Kid and Killer. He's like, how many ships are there? And we see Killer. He's like, I'm counting 9. I'm seeing some faces from the wanted posters. All right, so definitely, you know, Shanks being a Yonko and just him being Shanks, of course he's going to have some pretty, you know, probably a couple big name subordinates under him that people would recognize. And then, oh, damn, okay, looks like we're getting started already. Looks like Kid's ready to go. And we see Kid, he's all charged up. Looks like his arm is gathering. He's like, doesn't matter who I got to fight. I'll annihilate all of you in 10 seconds with my damned punk. And then we see that big ass like gun version on his arm right there, getting ready to fire. And then we see the other ships, you know, looking onto the Kid pirate ships, and they're like, what the hell is that? Is that a cannon? The ships, they're getting pulled. Oh, because he's drawing in all their stuff. And then we see Shanks, he just looking up and glaring with that scarred eye of his. He's like, this is bad. What's wrong, boss? Spread the fleet out to the left and right. Dory and Broggy, watch my rear. Got it. All right, so Shanks is realizing that all of the ships of his subordinate captains are about to get sucked in with Kid's power right now, I'm guessing. And then all of a sudden, poof, and then you just see this massive shot start hitting ships right there, just taking them out one after another. And it's like, the damage is too severe. You must have seen a bad future, didn't you? Oh, damn, we've seen Shanks using some future sight right there. He got a glimpse of the future of what was going to happen if he, didn't do anything, and if he allowed his subordinate pirate ships to stay in place where they were. Like, they're about to take some massive damage from Kid right now. So that's cool. We're getting a little glimpse at, we saw kind of just how strong his hockey was passing by Wano when he was able to take out, Green Bull all the way from his ship. And now we're seeing him using his future sight hockey to kind of predict, Kid's attack right here and the devastation that it's about to wreak, especially right after he just acknowledged that the growth and everything of these young pirates. So, oh, man. And then all of a sudden, you just see, red hair. And then, okay, so you just see Shanks come in flying at Kid them. And even Kid is a little like, red hair. He's right there. Aw, snap. Divine departure. And he busts out his sword. And then you just see Kid. He's like, oh, shit. And everyone looks like they're getting knocked out right there. You just see this massive explosion where Shanks just let off a massive slash with, I believe his sword's name is Griffin, if I'm not mistaken. And then it just looks like the entire top of Kid's ship is just exploded right here. Just massive explosion. You see the smoke billowing off of it. You just see exclamation points like, oh, damn. And then look at that. You just see Kid just flying back, blood spitting out of his mouth. His little subordinates are looking on. They're like, boss. Oh, snap. And then we just see everyone flying, bodies flying everywhere. And then we just see, looks like Shanks calmly walking up to him. I'm pretty sure that's Kid lying on the ground right there. And then Shanks just looks, boss, he's kind of grayed out. He's just got that ominous look. And we see, okay, it's Killer. We see, what's his name? Kid is also on the ground. He even got Killer, who came to cover him. Boss ain't even moving. He'll die. All right, so they took some massive damage from this attack from Shanks. Like, they took it head on. Killer tried to jump in to try and shield his captain, and it didn't do anything. It looks like they both just took a massive shot. And they're like, we forfeit. Okay, so all the subordinates like, wait, please, we forfeit. Don't kill our boss. All right, so at least, they've seen their two strong, their captain and their vice captain just got taken out in the blink of an eye. There's just no way that they're going to stand against Shanks. And, you know, it's not about having heart or believing in your crew. Like right now, this is about survival and trying to save your captain's life. So I gotta respect that position of like, no, please, we'll forfeit. Here are our road poneglyphs. This is all that we have. And we see Kid right there. You know, maybe if he can stand up and grab it. What do we got? And it says, Captain, over here. And then all of a sudden it looks like a shot or something, or he throws it. What? Look, something's on that island, and we see Dory. It looks like Dory and Broggy going at it again, or someone going at it. And then you just see this big hand sticking up in his face. It looks like there's blood coming out of the mouth. And then, yo, we got Dory and Broggy, so they're getting ready, looks like, to do that same attack that we saw them do on Little Garden to get the Straw Hats on their way. And it says, you little runts, if you point a loaded gun at someone's hometown, be prepared to suffer the same fate. And then we see it, this massive Hakoku sovereignty just blasting a hole through this ship. And then it says, in Elbaf, New World, the Kid Pirates, spearheaded by their 3 billion berry bounty man, Eustace Captain Kidd, an absolute powerhouse, were utterly destroyed. And we just see Shanks right there. And it says One Piece chapter 1079 and breakneck speed. Damn. So that's crazy. Like, we just saw Kid just get obliterated. Like, he took on Big Mom, he took on Kaido, and, you know, took the hits, survived, made it through the battle. But he didn't have Luffy with him this time. And now he took one shot from Shanks, essentially. And his whole crew just got wiped out, it looks like. They just got massacred. They handed over their poneglyphs. Like, I mean, damn. I like, Shanks just obliterated them. Plus, we saw, you know, Blackbeard moving on to Egghead Island, which has got me thinking, like, I think Law took that L. And I don't know if he's captive or if they would kill him and take his power. I would imagine, just because of how smart and seemingly aware Blackbeard is kind of bigger picture things, I would think he may have some knowledge of, you know, kind of the immortality surgery that Law's Devil Fruit is capable of, in which case they would want him to keep that power but use the surgery on, you know, Blackbeard himself. Obviously, so Blackbeard wouldn't want to take the power for himself, because then he wouldn't be able to use, you know, the immortality on himself. But damn, did he take his road poneglyph rubbings? Like, what's about to happen? Are we gonna see some team ups? You know, is Blackbeard gonna be there? Are the world government gonna see them? Are we gonna get a clash between Blackbeard and Kizaru? Are we gonna see Saint J Garcia, you know, do something? Are we going to see the Straw Hats kind of find where York and the main Stella body are? They're going to be able to stop Stella or York's plan. You know, there's just so many different ways we could go going into the next chapter. So many different things kind of happening, but it looks like Oda is kind of starting to bring them and tie them together a little bit more. You know, they've already been, you know, we've seen kind of how they're related, but now he's starting to intertwine them a little bit more and kind of get all the players lined up. So, yeah, man, this is definitely a great chapter. Like, we finally get to see some more Shanks action, like actual in-story Shanks, beast mode, not, you know, something like we got in Film Red where we only got a few seconds of him. Like, he just straight beast moded Kid and Killer in this chapter. So, yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this chapter. Let me know what you guys think of Shanks' power, his hype. Let me know if you guys thought Kid would take this L that badly, but make sure you hit that subscribe button, the bell icon, be notified of all my future videos, and have a wonderful day.